The barbaric murder of 20-year-old Army soldier Vanessa Guillen, which touched millions of people around the world, may end up permanently changing the way the military deals with sexual harassment.
For her lacks of responsibility, safety, and respect, because they didn't respect my sister.
Investigators say Vanessa Guillen was bludgeoned to death with a hammer in an armory room at Fort Hood, Texas by Aaron Robinson, a fellow soldier who later committed suicide. According to the Guillen family, in the weeks leading up to her murder, Vanessa complained about Robinson, saying he was sexually harassing her at work. Fearing retribution because of the current reporting system in place, Vanessa's family said she did not come forward to complain. Vanessa's story has prompted dozens of others to come forward sharing their own military harassment stories using hashtag #IamVanessaGuillen.
We stand here for Vanessa. We stand here for justice. We stand here for every other service member who's experienced sexual harassment or assault and did not feel safe reporting it out of fear of retaliation.
Vanessa's story has attracted the attention of lawmakers on both sides of the aisle. Some, like Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard, who served in the Army for 17 years, are demanding transparency into the investigation of Vanessa's death and an evaluation of the way the military handles sexual harassment allegations. Later this month, President Trump plans to meet with the Guillen family.
I saw that on the news the other day, and I thought it was terrible, and I gave specifically orders. I want to know everything about it. I thought it was horrible. I thought it was absolutely horrible.
I'm interested in getting justice for Vanessa, and that will require everybody, all hands on deck, to get this happen.
Natalie Kwam is the Guillen family attorney. She's helping to draft a bill that would require a third party to investigate sexual harassment complaints and allow members of the military to sue the government the same way a civilian can. The goal, give service members a way to safely report sexual harassment and ensure that Vanessa Guillen did not die in vain.
The system failed her, and the only way that we can actually feel like we've done justice for Vanessa is to make sure this never happens again to another soldier. It's unfortunate that had to be her blood, but at this point, we can look at this as an opportunity for change.
You know, the way I see this, there's really two parts to it. One, you know, for a victim of sexual harassment to have somewhere to go, someone to speak to, and have some level of confidence that it won't negatively impact you. The other part of it is, if the system's in place, maybe, just maybe, it will deter people from engaging that behavior and deter people from allowing that behavior to continue. Let's bring in Ted Rowlands. Ted, this is an important. And I can't believe that it hasn't happened already. I can't believe we have to have this conversation because we're talking about protecting our own soldiers here. But is there a timetable for when this bill will be unveiled?
Yeah, we're expecting the details of the bill to be unveiled on July 30th. On July 29th, the family is actually going to meet with President Trump. And then the next day there'll be a rally in Washington, D.C. They'll unveil the bill, the details of it. The bottom line here is that they want a mechanism, a third party, to be able to take the complaints of somebody who is enlisted. Because right now what's happening is if you have a problem, if you have been the victim of any sort of sexual harassment, you have to tell your own command, and these are tight-knit groups. So what happens is word travels very quickly, and you're ostracized, so people don't come forward. That's what they're hoping to change, and we'll see if both sides can get on board. It's amazing when you have Tulsi Gabbard on one side and President Trump on another, both seeming to agree on something. Maybe this does have legs.
Yeah, I think it can happen. And you talk about changing right now, the victims are deterred from coming forward. Yep. The people who should be deterred are the ones who are enabling this behavior and the ones who are engaging in this behavior. So hopefully they can flip the script on that. Let's get back now to the murder. The woman who's under arrest, I guess it was the girlfriend of the suspect murder in this, was in a federal courtroom yesterday. What happened relative to the case of Cecily Aguilar?
Yeah, well, she pled not guilty. She was the married girlfriend of Aaron Robinson, who is, by all accounts, the individual that solely killed Vanessa in that armory room at Fort Ord. But she helped him with the disposal of the body, and she is facing 3 counts. And if she is convicted, she'll be facing up to 20 years in prison. She pled not guilty. According to the family's attorney, she actually did try to run. She apparently deleted some online activity and had plans to flee the country. She knew that things were happening quickly and she was in big trouble, but at this point, pleading not guilty.
All right, and is there anyone think that she was involved in the murder itself?
Well, nothing official. However, the family attorney says that she's kind of doing her own investigation on this, and this is a woman that is very invested in this. She didn't know Vanessa before this happened, but she said yes, she believes there is more to it. Take a listen.
I'm actively investigating this case myself, so I'm bringing a lot of information and evidence to this person, her state of mind. I really do believe she was part of this prior to maiming, dismembering Vanessa's body. I have a feeling that she had something to do with it, premeditated. So, I think that we're going to see a lot more and learn more as the trial continues.
I talked to Natalie Kwan today, Vinny, and she's convinced that she knew more. We'll have to see as this thing plays out.
All right, Ted Rollins, thank you so much. Appreciate it.